Mansfield Cable Access presents Mansfield High School basketball. Tonight, it's the Hornet boys at 10-0, playing host to a team we haven't seen before this year, the Plymouth North Blue Eagles at 6-4 from the Patriot Keenan, a non-league game that was picked up in short order, and we're glad to have them here. Hi, everybody. I'm Mark Farinella, bringing you the play-by-play. Tom Ferry is to my left. Maureen O'Neill is on the camera. And, Tom, we are going to see a different brand of basketball tonight. This is a team that's in third place in the Patriot Keenan right now, and their regular season's over, so they're looking for some action too.
Oh, I'm glad they added more games, Mark.
Well, certainly the one thing that we're all looking is at the quest for Matty Bowen to reach 1,000 career points.
Yeah.
As of right now, he has 920, and he would have this game, a game against Stoughton on Thursday, and 2 games against Taunton. And from what I'm told, even though Taunton's in a pause right now because of COVID restrictions, the last word I've gotten is that those games for the weekend should be good. So from Sunday and Monday, those games apparently are going to go off. So 4 games for Matty Bowen, and we're still not sure whether the Hockomock League is going to do anything so for a league tournament. So, well, Tom, I've been saying the more games, the merrier, and that seems to be what they've tried to do here to give us a semblance of what a real basketball season would be like.
I never thought we'd play this many games, and now with the snowstorm yesterday, Mark, I would love it if they extended this winter an extra week, because how are these kids going to play football?
Well, and that's another question that has to be solved soon, because the big question is to where they're going to practice. They cannot practice indoors at this stage of the game. The starting lineups for the Plymouth North Blue Eagles, Nolan Liskoff, number 4, Julian Yopes, number 5, Dylan Zemotel, number 11, J. Maury Leonard, number 14, and one very large young man, Cam Shaughnessy, 6'5" and 280, I'm told, number 25 out there.
Yeah, he's got a lot of weight here. You know, this is so much fun to watch Matty Bowen pursue that 1,000-point. But there's quite a contradiction, really. He is the ultimate team player, and we're talking about him trying to score 1,000 points.
The first shot of the game is no good. Rebounded by Jack Foley. And I'll give you the Hornet starting lineup after this fast break when switch. Matty Bowen gets one to drop in on the quick pass from, was that Highland, I believe? Or was that C? It was happened so fast.
I think it was Highland.
I think you're right, Tom. It happened so fast I almost didn't see it.
Jack Colby with the rebound to Highland with
he
a
did
hard
a
push.
Great job on that. Get that break going. Another rebound by Highland.
Outlet. Look at this pass. Oh,
another
what a
pass
beauty.
Underneath to Colby. Colby fakes, goes up and scores. And a quick timeout is called by Tim Ward, the head coach of the Blue Eagles.
I want to talk a little bit about this fast break, Mark. The Hornets rebound. You're supposed to turn outside.
This is one thing don't normally hear during the games, Tom, is that because there's no crowd hardly at all, we can hear everything that's being said over there.
That's why I'm trying to talk over it. But,
go right ahead.
The Hornets do a great job of getting out on the break. The 2 guards are getting out to the outlet spot. The rebounder is kicking it out and if you don't receive the outlet pass on your side, you break hard down your sideline, and it's 2 passes layup. That's how the fast break is supposed to work, and the Hornets have run it twice now to perfection.
They've just cranked up the music, too, to give the coach a bit of a break there, I think. The Hornets starting lineup tonight, Brendan Foley, number 3, Jack Colby, number 10, Matt Highland, number 12, Matty Bowen, number 23, and number 31 is Chris Hill. And he's going to have his hands full with that big kid tonight. They're about the same height. Chris Hill gives up probably about, I would say about 40 pounds, maybe, or maybe more.
In that case, Chris has got to run him. Run him to death. Hard runs down the center of the court. Nice backdoor cut. He just lost it.
And it will be the Hornet ball again. 6:57 left to go, 4-0. I'll tell you, it took forever to find anything on these guys. Even their roster I couldn't find. So if I'm a little slow on calling the Plymouth North folks, I apologize to you folks in Plymouth.
You haven't studied that all day?
Look
at that pass.
Beautiful pass from Bowen to Hill. And Hill adds another basket. to the Hornet total. The
Nice.
drive, no
Can't
good
get it
by
to go. There's
Yopes.
the outlet.
Here comes Bowen with one to go, and he will be fouled. He'll be fouled by number 11, Dylan Zemotel.
Hey, Mark, let's just turn that shot clock off. The Hornets are getting out on the break and creating easy layups.
Save some electricity here, I suppose. That's Zemotel's first, the first on the Plymouth North Blue Eagles, and Matty Bowen goes to the line, gets the first free throw.
Like I said about Matty Bowen, it's the ultimate contradiction. Matty, to think that he's looking for 1,000 points, he is a great passer, a great team kid. So it's hard. He let the game come to him.
Victor Melendez comes in for the Blue Eagles as Matty Bowen gets his second free throw. He now has 4 points. It's 8-0 Hornets. 6:27 left to go in the first period of play here.
Welcome to Hockomock League defense.
Jamori Leonard brings the ball up, gives it off.
There comes
Alec
Yobes.
Peruzzi is in the ball game now as well. Melendez has it.
Bowen steal.
Stolen. Matty Bowen on the break.
Look at this.
Gives
pass.
it off to Foley. Foley heads to stop short. Gets it back out to Hill. They go around the horn now. Steve, I'm sorry.
I know it's
Highland.
fast, Mark.
Highland tried to penetrate, but he got it back out to Foley. Foley travels in the process. I have this terrible thing bugging I keep wanting to call Matt Highland Stevens because I miss
Sam
from last year. Not that Matt's done anything wrong. Matt is having a great season. It's just the old brain not functioning right. Alec Peruzzi gives it off to Melendez. Now to Shaughnessy for the short jumper, no good. Rebounded by Colby. Here come the Hornets.
There's the outlet.
Bowen brings it up to the left side. Now he's going to cut into the lane, loses the ball on the way in. Off his knee, it'll be Plymouth North ball.
Great hands.
Tom, this is the school that spawned 3 high schools. Plymouth North is the original Plymouth Carver. Obviously, Plymouth South and Carver High School came from them. But they're the ones that kept the original nickname and the colors. So the Plymouth Carver Eagles live on in the Plymouth North Eagles. Underneath, nice move underneath by Julian Yopes, and he gets the first basket for Plymouth North. Highland gives it off to Bowen. Bowen looking for someone to cut. Highland will take the 3, and he banks it in. Matt Highland adds his name to the scoring totals, and it's 11-2 Hornets. 4:46 left to go in this opening quarter.
Hornets in their traditional man-to-man.
Melendez gives it off to Shaughnessy, and Shaughnessy showed some speed there getting to the basket. Nice backdoor cut. Bowen gives it off to Highland. Highland will take the dribble in, gets it to Colby. He was 2 men, and they didn't call anything. They let the ball roll around, so Plymouth North has the ball. I actually thought I heard a whistle for a second, but I have a hard time with these electronic whistles. The outside shot by Yopes is no good. Rebounded by Brendan Foley. Foley looks, nobody's there at that point. So Foley will take it in now. He's going to drive, misses, but Colby rebounds. Colby will go out strong and get the rebound put back.
That's his 3rd rebound of the game, Jack.
And his 4th point. 3:51, it's 13-4 here in the first quarter. Mansfield up.
I'll tell you, Shaughnessy's got some nice, soft hands and good footwork. He really does.
Ball goes out of bounds. It will remain Plymouth North ball. Brian C. and Anthony Sacchetti come in for the Hornets. Chris Hill takes a break, and I believe Jack Colby does too.
Now Sacchetti's giving up about 100 pounds to Shaughnessy in the low post. They go right to him, too. Quick double.
He does,
wow,
and he does
smooth.
Power it in. No question about it. This kid, you may look at the size and say, what can he do? Yeah. Well, he got a season-high 18 in a win over Duxbury. Matty Bowen on the line, on the baseline, goes in and scores. He's got 6. Shaughnessy had 13 against Hingham, 14 against Quincy, and 10 at Silver Lake the other night. So he's capable.
Boy, Yopes is a player. You can see that. We haven't seen them at all, of course. But Yopes is a Hell of a player, I can tell right away.
Ball goes off of Max Allen's hands, and Hornets have it. 3:03 left to go in the opening quarter. It is a 9-point Hornet lead.
Ooh, they're extending to a 1-2-2 full court press. Or maybe a
C gets up to
three-quarter
Bowen,
court.
back out to C, now over to Highland. Highland in the corner to Foley. Foley will make the move in, gets it back out to Highland, now over to Bowen on the outside. Skip pass across to Foley. Foley tries to get inside to Sacchetti. Ball is on the floor, and it will be finally whistled dead, out of bounds against the Hornets. Plymouth North ball. Jack Colby will come back in the ball game to give Brendan Foley a rest. Last year, the Blue Eagles went 10-10. They were the number 13 seed in Division I South, but they were beaten by Needham, a team that the Hornets took care of in the second round of the tournament. Yopi's shot is no good. Rebounded by C. They're off to the races here. Up ahead to Bowen.
Look at the
to
passing.
Sacchetti off the glass and in, and he's fouled in the process. Beautiful pass and a great execution on the basket, Tom.
Just incredible. Great cuts to the basket. The Hornets have an assist on pretty much every basket. They have an assist, which is great team basketball. And Maddie's going to have a hard time scoring 1,000 if he keeps throwing these incredible passes.
The foul is on Max Allen. That's his first. Second on Plymouth North. And Anthony Sacchetti will try to complete the three-point play. Does not. But the rebound is by Colby, rather. And the Hornets work it around. Directing traffic is Matty Bowen. Now gives it off to Highland. Highland
missed the cut.
Back out to Colby. Spins. Gets it back out to C. C skips by that one. Oh, they're just moving the ball left and right at will. Too fast for me to call it, so here comes Highlands. Shot no good. Rebound is fought for, and it comes down eventually to Alec Peruzzi. Melendez gives it to Josh Gomes, and Gomes scores and is fouled.
I think that was the first possession the Hornets got under 10 seconds on the shot clock.
That foul will be on Jack Colby. That's his first, and the first foul on the Hornets with 1:41 left to go in this opening quarter. Wherever you're listening to us and watching us tonight, whether you're in Mansfield or in Plymouth or points in between, thanks for joining us. We really appreciate you being here. Josh Gomes will look to complete and does the three-point play. It is now 17-9. The Hornets leading by 8.
So the 1-2-2, they stay in. Hornets could get layups off it if they attack. Oh, great steal.
Steal by number 2, Josh Gomes, and gives it off to Yopes, and he'll bring the ball up. Directing traffic. Hornets in man. Shaughnessy with the outside jumper. Bounces, almost goes in, but Colby with the rebound, and here come the Hornets. Matty Bowen has it at the top, gives it off to Highland.
And a 2-3.
As they work it around, again, Highland at the top. Now at the elbow is Bowen, back to Highland. Back to Bowen, he'll take the three.
Bang!
Swish! Matty Bowen. 9 points in the opening quarter for him.
You play a zone against the Hornets at your own peril. They will shoot you right out of that zone.
Julian Yopes spins,
what a take.
Puts the ball up. That would have been a beautiful basket, I'll tell you. Rebound by Brian C. Up now to Highland in the corner for Jack Colby for three. Off the rim. Bowen fights, grabs the rebound, but has it immediately taken away by Shaughnessy. He wasn't going to win that battle. That kid's got some bulk on him. No question about it. But he has some skills, too.
He has a lot of skill.
He has some skills.
Love watching. Oh, he's wide open.
And Bowen slaps the ball out of bounds as Peruzzi was open on the left baseline.
Man-to-man for the Hornets.
Brendan Foley comes back in. Matt Highland goes out for a rest. Shaughnessy has the ball, gives it back to Yopes. And with 10 seconds left to go, he's going to take the fall-away jumper. No good. Rebounded by Foley. Spin by Bowen. Bowen, three. Does he get it off? No, he does not get it off. Well, Tom, a very good first quarter for the Hornets. The Plymouth North is shown that they have some talent too. So this could be a much better game than it looks right now. On the scoreboard, it is Mansfield 20, Plymouth North 9 after 1.
Yeah, very talented team. I'm very impressed early with Plymouth North. You know, this is Hockomock League basketball. There are no cupcakes.
Not too many teams that come in here from other leagues.
And
remember, they play in the same league with Whitman-Hanson, so they know what a good team is, for sure. Whitman-Hanson is still unbeaten and has been for about 2.5 years now. And the Hornets know that all too well, too, because they lost in the championship game, wasn't it, of the Mansfield Roundball Classic last year to Whitman-Hanson. So not exactly the way they wanted to go into the tournament, but the results didn't hurt them any going in. But so they play in a league that has some talent. So, but there's just something about the way the Hornets play at the pace they do, on the size of the court, always running. Nobody plays a set position on this Mansfield team. Everybody can do some of everything.
They switch everything.
And that is the one thing I think is takes a lot of teams by surprise when they end up facing the Hornets and seeing what all the fuss is all about.
If this is the first time you've ever seen the Hornets play, this is a nightly way they play. They always pushing the ball. Very unselfish team. Get assists on most of their baskets.
Which is why I am looking forward to seeing Taunton, and I do hope they play because they're good. And that will be a real challenge for the Hornets. If they want to get that Kelly Rex Division Championship this year, it goes through the Taunton Tigers right now at this point.
Yes.
17th year for Mike Vaughn. He is 308 and 90. 12 straight winning season, 8 straight 20-plus. He won't get there this year because they didn't have that many games. But almost hate to – you have to put an asterisk there or something. And, of course, he has the one Division I title in 2018. They have scored 689 points. And, of course, with 10 games, that's 68.9. They've allowed 47.1 points per game. So you can see there's a huge difference between what they score and what they allow someone else to score.
2-3 zone D. Move the ball. Got to get at the foul line. That's where Chris Hill is.
Chris Hill in the paint right now, but the ball is taken away by Jamori Leonard. He has it out the top. We'll give it off to Melendez, Victor Melendez. Back to Leonard. Alec Peruzzi tries to get into the paint.
Colby with a steal.
Here comes Matty Bowen.
Look at the
Chris
pass.
Hill underneath was not in a good position to put that one up, unfortunately. And he had someone hanging off him, too. Yopes has the ball down at this end of the court. Melendez will take the three. No good. Rebounded by Colby. Finally gets it away from Leonard. Colby gets the break going, but C does save the ball. And let's see.
Off Plymouth North.
All right. It did go off of Plymouth North. So
Alec
it is.
Peruzzi, last one to touch it.
So it's Mansfield ball. 7:05 left to go in the first half. Into the game comes Matt Hyland. Brian C. will go up. 20-9. Hornets up by 11. Colby has it. Now gets it to Matty Bowen. At the right elbow, we'll bring it up around top. Looks over. Hill gets it back to Bowen. They are really not doing much in the way of moving right now. They're just sort of feeling out this team a little bit. So Bowen will take the three instead, and bang. Wow. You know, when things just aren't going the way you want it to go, just shoot.
Well, Plymouth North has gone to a 2-3 zone, Mark. And the Hornets are feeling it out a little bit, trying to get the ball to the foul line.
It did look like they just wanted to see how they would react to some of the things they were doing out there.
There's Bowen.
And there's a steal by Bowen. Bowen has one man to beat, goes behind his back, and loses the ball behind his back. Tried to get a little bit too fancy on that one. So here comes Plymouth North now. Leonard with the baseline shot, no good. It slapped out of bounds by Shaughnessy, and it will be Mansfield ball.
That was a little bit of pressure there in that possession with Matt Bowen. He usually would bounce past that for a layup. So, you know, that point scoring, that 1,000-point thing is in the back of his mind.
It
was on that possession.
It might have been.
Yep. That was very untypical of him.
Unfortunately, they don't give you extra for style points.
No.
Colby.
Got to get
around.
somebody in the middle.
Now here's Maddie Bowen from a
Another
three-pointer from
one.
the left side.
Wow. Oh, boy.
And a timeout call by Tim Ward of Plymouth North as Maddie Bowen has the 6 points for the Hornets in this quarter. It's 26-9.
There's your classic timeout bucket right there, Mark. Bowen has got
15 so far.
15 already.
Wow.
You know what's even a big factor to me is Jack Colby's got 6 rebounds in this game already.
Jack is
Huge
he has
factor.
been a huge breakthrough player for this team this year.
Yeah, he's gone from
everybody-
defensive specialist.
Exactly, and everybody knew that he could do that.
Yep.
But he's added the rest in a short amount of time, too, because he really didn't get the offensive opportunities in the past.
Right. Ever since the Hornets have lost TJ Guy.
Yep. And somebody who's rugged,
Yep.
who is relentless, had to take over that role, and that's what you've
him.
seen in Jack Colby.
You know, there's no real enforcer on this Hornet team. And Jack is taking on that role.
You know what the enforcer is, Tom? It's the scoreboard.
Yeah, that's it, Mark. Yep, you're right.
I hate to put it that way in a way, but in a way, that's exactly what it is.
You know,
These guys create so many scoring opportunities for themselves that it's almost overwhelming to anybody who comes in here. Plymouth North has averaged 55.3 points a game, and they have allowed 51.9. So many of their games have been close, in fact.
Hornets on a 9-1 run right now.
In fact, their 2 losses were by 10 points or less. Yopi's shot is no good, but the rebound by Leonard does not go. He gets his own rebound again. Finally, Hill plucks it away. And here come the Hornets. Gives it up to Foley, now to Bowen, who brings it across the timeline.
Oh.
Highland over to Colby in the left. Highland back over as they swing the ball around.
Plymouth North went back to a man-to-man for this possession. He's wide open.
Another
Bowen.
three-pointer for.
Fouled, no?
Oh, nobody called that? Heavens. But the rebound is still the Hornets.
Reverse that ball.
So Foley has it. Foley now will penetrate a little bit, gives it off to Colby. The shot is wild, but Chris Hill battling for that, and they're calling it a tie-up.
Oh.
There was a lot of arms and legs everywhere, but it's a tie-up, and on the alternating possession, it will be Plymouth North's ball. And that draws a certain measure of consternation from someone who should know, someone who scored 1,900 career points at Providence College, Chris Hill's mom, who joined you for a game this year, Tom, and I'm so happy she was able to. Yopi's with the long three, no good.
I learned something from her every time we work together.
Here comes Bowen with the outlet pass, just a little bit too far ahead.
Saved it.
Saves the ball, but it goes out of bounds into the Plymouth North bench, and Jack Colby went sailing into there too. But nice efforts, but it is Plymouth North ball with 4:38 left to go. 26-9 Hornets in the first half.
This is too talented a team, Mark, to only have 9 points.
Nolan Liskoff has the ball. Gives it out to Shaughnessy for a three. He gets no elevation on it, but he got the ball there, but it didn't go.
Ooh, that was
And is that a foul?
Jump ball.
It's a jump. Okay, so that was one of the quick COVID whistles. Yep. Well, here we are, 11 games into the season, and the whistles are still quick. Thank God they've gotten to this point, though, Tom, really. I'm just so happy we have.
It is. It could have been a disaster.
Yep.
Back door to Bowen.
Bowen gets it back out. Now Hill's going to save it from going over the timeline, so he brings it back up. Foley will take the three from the left. Now does not go, goes over the back of the backboard, and it will be Plymouth North ball. 4:03 left in the first half, 26-9 Hornets. Yeah, you'd think these guys really, you can see there's some talent on this team.
No question.
They're not, they may not have seen defense like this, except,
Right.
and the thing is, their 2 games against Whitman Hanson were relatively close. 10 and 9 points.
Wow.
So maybe Whitman Hanson's lost a few
Maybe
strides.
they've come back to earth a little bit. Yeah.
They were certainly a tremendous team last year, no question about that. Yopes gets it over on the side. Now inside to Leonard. Leonard out to Shaughnessy. Shaughnessy will drive on Maddie Bowen, but he gets the ball, and that's a 30-second violation. I should have looked at the clock. I'm just watching the.
We're so used to not needing the 30-second clock.
I know. How many 30-second violations have we called this year?
Not
that
many.
many. Hornets have the ball. Matt Highland will bring it up. Highland Gives it off to Bowen. Bowen stops at the foul line, looks for somebody, gets it to Brian C. Back to Highland.
Oh.
C will make the penetration, goes right to the basket and scores. Nice drive. Oh, say, can you see? He can.
Mark, you finally got to use it.
I did. I hope he doesn't think it's too hokey. All right. Plymouth
Bowen.
North looking to get
Steal.
something going. Again, Bowen harasses Peruzzi, but it goes out of bounds off of last touched by Bowen.
Be careful of showing him that ball.
Yep.
He's got the hands to take it away.
Josh Gomes will inbound to Jamori Leonard. Leonard will bring it up. 2:51 left to go in the half.
Plymouth has not scored for quite a while here.
Shaughnessy. And they're down to 3 seconds on the shot clock. And the shot by Shaughnessy is no good. Rebounded by Bowen. And I forgot because that did take a lot of time off the shot clock before they got it back. All right. C has it to the left. Sacchetti to Bowen. Trevor Foley has it. Trevor Foley will make the move in. Time for that freshman chant. Yes, it is. Trevor Foley. He's a freshman, as they say.
I'm really looking forward to watching him.
Where are the fans?
progress.
How come they did not participate in this? All right.
It's late in the season, Mark. He's not a freshman anymore.
That's true. That's what they say. And the ball goes off of Plymouth North. It is 30-9 Mansfield with 2:06 left to go in this first half.
Mike Vaughn understands the importance of playing those young, freshmen, the sophomores. He's always finding room for the best player in the class.
And it did come in handy a little bit too. You lose a guy, you lose a player of guys' caliber. Underneath, Sacchetti will make the turnaround shot. No rebound by Colby. Colby fires it up, and it goes out of bounds off of Plymouth North. Slapped by Gomes, I believe, out of bounds. So the Hornets will have it off the side. When they lost TJ Guy, the depth took a hit. So these kids have to step up. It's next man up, basically.
And they have to play one position larger.
Yep.
Which is a huge factor.
Sacchetti has it at the top. Looked to give it to Bowen, but that wasn't open. So they swing it back around. Players all over the place. Bowen down, but he gets up. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Colby at the top now gives it back to Bowen. Bowen lets the guy go by him, but has to go skip past. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. C with the shot. It goes off the rim, so they would get a new clock, but the rebound is by Dylan Zemotel, and here comes Plymouth North on the rush. Melendez, his shot does not go. Sacchetti has the ball. Mansfield comes back. 1:06 left. Brian C. gives it to Colby, now over in the corner to Trevor Foley, who steps on the line. And at 58.8 seconds left to go, Plymouth North will have the ball.
Mark, Plymouth North has not scored in this quarter.
Yopes brings the ball up, and he has not been active on the scoring totals yet. And he is their leading scorer. The drive by Yopes, and he does, just as I say it, he does it. So he now has 4 points in the game. He had a season-high 31 in a win over Hingham at the beginning of January, so the kid can score. Trevor Foley.
Clear out.
Gives it out to Bowen. Bowen with Yopes on him. Bowen moves in.
Oh, nice try.
Looked like Colby was trying to cut, but the ball bounced just a little bit out of his reach, and it will be Plymouth North ball with 13.3 seconds left to go in the half. Leonard will come in.
I was going to say get some of your two foul players out, but the Hornets have only committed one foul.
And they've only committed two over there on the other side. So
these referees have somewhere to go.
The shot by Yopes is no good. The rebound by C. Bowen has it. He'll throw it up from long distance. Not quite there. So, Tom, and another solid quarter by the Hornets. Not as explosive as the first one, but they got the job done. It is 30-11 Mansfield after 2 periods of play.
10-2 quarter for the Hornets. Hey, give Plymouth North credit. They switched to a zone for a while. They switched to a 1-2-2 full court. press to throw the Hornets off a little, and the Hornets had a little trouble scoring.
And, you know, that's one thing that I just was completely oblivious of. I should have known that. That basket by Yopes down towards the end was their first basket
their
of
only
the period.
basket, yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, the Hornets were up 20-9 and went on a 10-2 quarter. So welcome to Mansfield High, Plymouth North. Thanks for coming. Welcome to Hockomock League basketball and the Hornets' unselfish play. That's really the story of this team.
Well, there are 2 more quarters left to be played, and we will see if there are any adjustments that can be made over on the blue side. Of course, the Blue Eagles, as advertised, they wear blue uniforms with white trim and white numbers. Of course, the Hornets in their white uniforms, green numbers, black trim on all of the lettering. The scoring so far from the first half, Trevor Foley has 2 points for Mansfield. Jack Colby has 4. Matt Highland has 3. Anthony Sacchetti has 2. Matty Bowen has 15. Brian C. has 2. And Chris Hill has 2 for a total of 30. For Plymouth North, not much in the way to report here. Josh Gomes has 3 points. Julian Yopes has 4. And Cam Shaughnessy has 4. He got his baskets in the first quarter, has not been able to get to the basket since. And, you know, when you're talking about a kid with his size, they're doing a pretty good job of keeping him away from the basket and keeping the ball away from him.
He's impressive. Yopes is very impressive. The Hornets, of course, are giving him some extra attention, which, well, they should. He is the scorer on this team. He can get his own shot pretty much whenever he wants, but I don't think that's doing them very much good.
It looks to me like Plymouth North has been pretty lucky. They had 2 postponements early in January because of COVID-related situations, but they've been able to complete their 10-game schedule in the Patriot League Keenan division. But, again, they're the only team that has, apparently. I look at Whitman Hanson is 8-0 so far. They have 2 more to go. Hingham, which they rank as second place, they are 5-3. So the 1 extra loss by Plymouth North sets them down to third place. So that league is yet to be decided. Now, they're supposed to have a conference tournament as well, and the Hockomock League was going to. I don't think that's going to be the case now, but I think they're still working on trying to get something, 1 more game added in somewhere along the way before football has to start on February 22nd. So we are about to resume play here, and I'm Mark Farinella, and Tom Ferry is to my left, Maureen O'Neill on the camera, and we here at Mansfield Cable Access welcome you to the second half of Mansfield versus Plymouth North boys basketball. Plymouth North has possession to start. Cam Shaughnessy outside the 3-point circle, try to bring it in against Chris Hill, and he draws a foul from Hill on the drive in. He gets the basket as well.
Well, there is a quick change right there. Going to try to get the ball to Shaughnessy in the low post. Chris kept nice position, but Shaughnessy is a smooth little lefty, big lefty, I should say.
You know, even though he's big and he carries himself as a big kid, but he doesn't dribble badly. I mean, he kept the ball away from him. Now, he did not get that shot. Plymouth North had the rebound. Matty Bowen's down underneath the basket on the missed shot. He is slow getting up, but he is getting up. Down on the other side.
Foley.
And a block by Foley on number 4. That is Nolan Liskoff. So a little back and forth basketball, but I know my heart skipped a beat when I saw Matty Bowen go down awkwardly underneath the basket down at the other end. But he shook it off, and he is back up.
He plays fearless.
Plymouth North with the ball. Shaughnessy gives it off to Liskoff. Liskoff resets with 15 seconds left to go on the shot clock. Gives it off to Yopes. Yopes is going to make the drive in, and he draws the foul with the basket.
I think that's an offensive mark.
No, right. He called the offensive foul.
Great position.
So
I missed who drew that foul, but that was excellent position.
30-13, the Hornets in the lead. Of course, that was Yopes' first foul, only the third in the game. by Plymouth North. Spin move by Brendan Foley, and he completes the drive. A nice swoop from the left baseline in with a little spin, and it's 32-13.
He's on the board now.
Double teaming on Liskoff. Now the ball is fired on the other side of the line, one way or the other. It was going to be a turnover, and it is.
Here comes the defensive intensity, Mark.
Yep. Into the game comes Max Allen for Plymouth North, and Liskoff will go out.
I just don't think you can hold these varsity teams to single-digit halves like the Hornets do so well. They've done it a number of times.
Chris Hill is going to go.
Oh.
You know, they called the foul on Chris was on the drive, but I thought I saw his feet kind of move like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little steps.
Yeah.
But he gets the foul called, and it's on
before the shot.
Yep, it is on Max Allen, so the Hornets will have possession here.
There it is. There's
Matty
a nice
Bowen
screen.
for a three.
Short.
He gets his own rebound. He will drive to the basket. Does not get that one. And here comes
Woo!
Yopes.
Whoa!
Yopes goes to the basket, and he scores.
That is a hesitation crossover. That's big boy basketball. What a move, Yopes.
32-15. Plymouth North is showing a little bit of life here at the beginning of the third quarter. Matty Bowen has the ball out the top now with Leonard on him. Now it's in Foley's hands. Chris Hill to
off.
Matt.
Jamori Leonard.
Matt Highland-Smith underneath a foul. Now at the other end.
That was a bailout. Foul on Matty Highland.
By Matt Highland.
Yeah.
And that will be his first foul. And that will send Leonard to the line for 2 shots. 5:38 left to go in the third quarter of play. Leonard gets the first. So right now it's been a 5-2 run by the Blue Eagles here in the third quarter. Leonard will dip and shoot the second one. Off the rim and into the hands of Brendan Foley. Up to Chris Hill, up to Colby, back to Foley. Foley will make the penetration, spin, and drive to the basket. Another beautiful spin move by him. 2 baskets by Brendan Foley, and that's the entire Hornet offense this quarter. The shot from long range, no good by Peruzzi. Foley got the rebound. It's gone up now and back to Foley's hands. Hornets spin it around to the right side. Matty Bowen.
Screen.
Matty Bowen thinks about the three, pulls it back out. Chris Hill dumps it back out to Colby for the three. High bounce off the rim, no good. But into Hill's hands, but it got blocked. Blocked by Shaughnessy.
That's a real nice
That
footwork.
was a great reaction on his part because
I thought Chris should have kept the ball up.
Yeah.
He would have got it. He would have got right up quick. He brought the ball down and gave Shaughnessy a chance to recover a little.
Hornets have the ball. Matty Bowen. Colby will take the three, no good. Rebounded, battled. Chris Hill has it. Chris Hill will get it back out to the top to Foley. Foley with a nice little move again. Goes to the basket. This one doesn't fall.
Got the rebound.
Got the rebound, but it was taken away by Victor Melendez. He was in a seated position.
Yopes
is blocked, but the rebound goes back out to Alec Peruzzi, and he scores. 34-18. The Hornets a little helter-skelter at this point. Colby. All right, here's Hill from outside with a three, and he buries it. Chris Hill gets his second basket. He has 5 points.
The lead is 19.
Melendez has the ball for Plymouth North. Will bounce around to the top. Now he makes the feinting move. Gets it into the corner. Peruzzi, and a foul will be called out at the perimeter.
Chris Hill.
It is on Chris Hill. That's his first. He'll come out for a break.
You don't want Chris fouling out there on the open court like that.
C and Sacchetti come in as Colby and Hill go out for a rest.
Only Chris's second foul. Little double team. Oh, the Hornets threw that double team at the ball. Here it is again. Oh, they got a foul.
And they got to call a foul, and let's see what they do.
C.
That would be on Brian C. So that will be his first. Hornets have 4 in the half. Inbounded again. Gomes has the
Look
ball.
at the Hornets.
Immediately double teamed and a pushing foul.
Look at the defense the Hornets are playing. Do you notice the uptick? They are now trying to trap the corners, trap the ball.
That one's on Brendan Foley, but now the Hornets have 5 team fouls, so that could be aggravating for them down the stretch.
Look at the double. Look at the double team. There's another double.
The drive by Yopes and
offensive
foul.
Again.
And that will be his second foul, both of them on drives, both offensive fouls on him. So the Hornets will have possession with 3:32 left to go in the third quarter, leading 37-18. Matt Highland will bring the ball up. And has it stripped away, but Matty Bowen saves it, gets it over to Foley in the corner. Back out to Bowen, now to Sacchetti, to C. Foley will go into but has it stripped away, and then here comes Leonard on the break, and he goes, throws it over the basket. The rebound is by Foley, and it will go slapped out of bounds. It will be Mansfield ball. Everything was really nice about that steal and drive until he put the ball in the wrong place and threw it basically over the basket.
Hey, Plymouth North has picked up their intensity quite a bit defensively.
That they have. They certainly have. All right, Highland gets it to Sacchetti, now into the corner to Colby.
Missed him.
Colby looks out, gets it to Matt Bowen. Highland has it. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Sacchetti will go to the basket against Shaughnessy. He has the ball slapped away. It'll go out of bounds off Shaughnessy. He doesn't really make any mistakes out there.
Shaughnessy.
No.
I know, he's a nice player.
Hornets will have the ball, but only 2 seconds on the shot clock, so this is a pass and shoot.
There it is.
And there it is to Matty Bowen underneath. And that was, from Highland to Bowen, you couldn't draw it up any better.
That was beautiful.
39-18 Hornets.
Here's the double team again.
The shot by Melendez is no good. Rebounded by C, but he runs into his own player and now gets it out to Matty Bowen. Bowen underneath to Colby. Colby will put the ball in. So we've said it before. 1,000 points, who cares? We want the better basket.
Yep.
That's what Matty Bowen is all about.
Couldn't say it better, Mark.
And a timeout on the Plymouth North bench by Coach Tim Ward. And the Hornets are leading 41-18 with 2:12 left to go in the third quarter. You know, now I remember kids that have gone for 1,000 points in the past.
You've seen a ton of them.
I've seen probably about 60 or 70 of them do it in our area. And there were some kids that forced up shots because of it.
Yep.
I won't mention names.
Nope.
I don't need to say anything nasty about anybody, but I know of a few specifically in my head. But it's the great players, the kids that just really get it, are the ones that are still giving up points. A kid who did that a lot was Ryan Sheehan of Bishop Feehan. And, of course, the current Zavarian Brothers coach. And he was going for 1,000. He'd only been a starter for 2 years, but he just was able to put the ball in the hole. It came down to basically the last basket of his last game when he finally stopped passing the ball to somebody else, and he took it in against Wareham in the tournament game and was able to get to exactly 1,000 points.
If you ask Matty Bowen if he'd rather score 1,000 points or be undefeated Hockomock championship team, I know the answer.
I think I would agree with you on that.
He plays that way. Always has played that way.
Leonard will bring the ball up for Plymouth North with 2:08
There's
left
the
to
trap.
go in the third quarter. And once again, the Hornets are trapping. They're leaving an open man, but it doesn't mean much whenever a guy like Shaughnessy can just go right straight to the basket, and he did. You need to triple team him. Quadruple, maybe. All right, Matty Bowen gets it over to C to the left. Now back up top. Again, the Hornets swing around, look for what's there. Sacchetti penetrates but gets it back out to C. C tries to skip it inside. Can't do it. The ball is in the hands of Yopes, and he will lay it in.
He's got 8.
Yopes does have 8 points. Matty Bowen stops and pops.
That goes.
And that is a 3. They did give it to him. I thought he might have been close to the line on that one, but that goes down as 3 more for him.
He's at 20.
That is 20 for him, and a timeout, I believe. Or is that yes, it is a timeout. A timeout was called. I just didn't see who called it. But with 1:21 left to go, it is 44-22. The Hornets have doubled up on Plymouth North. A reminder to everybody who's watching, the Hornets will be playing Stoughton here at the Albertini Gym on Thursday night. That will be a 6:45 start. The Black Knights, of course, from the Davenport division, and we'll be eager to see them. And then they do have 2 games scheduled after that. February 14th at Taunton, a 3:30 start, and February 15th here, a 6:15 start. Now, again, as I mentioned, Taunton is in a COVID pause right now, but I spoke to Mike Redding before the game, and the word he got from Mark Otto Vianelli over at Taunton High was that they expect to be out of it in time for those games to go, because they have a lot of other games to make up too, including one against King Philip that I was supposed to see on Sunday, but would have been snowed out of anyway.
Yeah.
So the scheduling is always weird around this time, regardless of how weird this season's been. You get into this stretch of February, and you know you're going to be dealing with postponements no matter what. And sore backs because of shoveling.
Yeah, it is. It is such a surprise that they've gotten this many games in without a lot of COVID cases.
So far, so good.
Yeah. There's the trap.
Nolan Liskoff caught now over. Yopes will shoot the long shot. I think that goes. Are they going to give him the 3? I thought he was over the line on that, but Yopes is starting to heat up a little bit. He has 7 points this quarter.
Great.
Underneath. Pass! Colby open, and a nice little nod by Matty Bowen.
Well, if they're going to pay all the attention to Matty, double him, and kids are making great backdoor cuts.
Yopes with a fall away, no good. Rebound, Colby. He is such a force in there nowadays.
That is Jack's 9th rebound, Mark.
He is really shining in that role.
He plays 6'4".
He does. And his dad's here tonight, by the way.
Grandfather, you
I'm
mean.
sorry, yeah. Oh, my goodness. Jack, I just took about 20 years off your life. Rebound by Shaughnessy on that one. And inside to Yopes. And Yopes scores again. And now he has 13 points. 13 points.
Kick it.
Out. Bowen looks inside, gets it to Colby
Foul.
again. He's fouled.
Drawing the foul.
That might be on Liskoff. Let's see.
Playing among the trees again.
Nope, they are calling it on Shaughnessy, I believe. It is. That's his first foul. And so Jack Colby will go to the line. He has 8 points in this contest, and he'll have a chance to get a couple more. 2 seconds left to go in the quarter. Gets the first. (47-27). The Hornets in the lead, and Jack Colby prepares to shoot. That one falls off the right side into the hands of Alec Peruzzi. No good on his court length shot, basically. And so after 3 quarters, it is Mansfield 47, Plymouth North 27. Tom, the defense was picked up quite a bit when the Hornets went into double teaming.
Yep.
Yeah, you run a little bit of a risk that somebody's going to be open. And as I was watching it a couple of times, I would see somebody floating around on especially around maybe the right side at the 3-point stripe. But you can't get the ball to them if you're being harassed that way.
Yeah, I give a lot of credit to Plymouth North, really. It was a 17-16 quarter. They had I thought the Hornets they started taking possession of that quarter early, but give Plymouth North credit. They made some adjustments. They scored. Yopies came to life a little in the third. And they've actually played the Hornets pretty evenly over the last quarter and a half.
You're right. That was, as you said, 17-16 in that quarter. So, and again, they've suddenly now let Yopies get a little bit more to the basket. And I don't know if he can overcome a 20-point deficit by himself. But just listen to these. He's done good things. Like I said, 31 against Hingham earlier this year, 20 at Whitman-Hanson, 19 at Marshfield, another 19 at the home game against Marshfield, and just the other night he had 19 against Silver Lake. So the kid can score and he can lead. But the question is, do they have enough right now, and can they contend with this Hornet defense? Because as you and I both know, the Hornets don't get tired.
Here they are back in a 2-3 zone. So the Hornets got to move the ball. They got to get somebody to the foul line. That's where you put the pressure on a 2-3 zone, at the foul line.
Hornets working the ball around, and a timeout call by Mike Vaughn, and something did not please him. Not exactly sure what it was.
17 seconds into the fourth, he's calling a timeout.
Yeah, there's something they wanted to just get straightened out there in a hurry, I think.
You can't just stay on the perimeter against a 2-3 zone defense. You've got to get somebody to the foul line. And when that player receives the ball at the foul line with his back to the basket, that puts the pressure on the 2-3 zone. They'll collapse on that man, and now you can kick it out. But without getting the ball into the inside, you're not putting any pressure on the 2-3 zone defense.
And as we mentioned earlier, and I I screwed up his parentage line there. Jack Colby's grandfather, Jack Souza, is here tonight. Jack, I'm having a number in my head, and normally I know these numbers right off the bat.
I think it's 918.
I think it was 9. It's either 988 or 966, but I would have to look it up again. I'm pretty sure it might be 988. In fact, I didn't
think it was that much.
You know what, though? I looked it up for an entirely different reason the other day, out of the Mansfield News archives that you can get online these days, and it did mention, because you know who went into the ball game, his last game at Mansfield High, it was a Wally Pipp situation. Alex Salaki, as a freshman, went in to replace Jack Souza on his final play as a Hornet, and it did mention his career point total, and I'll have that the next time we do something here. In the meantime, from all what was going on here, the ball is not gone in the basket in the last two possessions. Shaughnessy knocked that one out of bounds underneath the basket, and as a result, here comes the Hornets.
We mentioned Jack Souza is in the member of both the football and the basketball Hall of Fame at Mansfield High.
And if we ever have a baseball Hall of Fame, he'll have to be in that too. No question about that. Ball is loose, almost. Yopi's almost with a great steal, but the shot from the corner by Colby, no good. Nice save on that ball by Matt Highland, or else there was going to be a turnover in the making. And here, good job of harassing Yopi's by Brendan Foley, but he'll take the outside three. Does not go, and the rebound is by Colby. Is that 10?
That's 10.
Wow, he's done a great job. Matches the number on his uniform. Ball skips out of bounds, and there's a little bit of indecision here. I think they're going to give it to the Hornets.
That was tipped.
Yeah, the referee on the end line was not sure, but the fellow closest to us saw it better. So Chris Hill has the ball now and gives it back to Matty Bowen.
Now they're looking for Matty
Bowen,
quite a bit.
He's going to give it up to Foley.
There's the 2-3 again. See Matty Bowen in the middle there?
Yep.
There's the pressure on the D.
8 seconds on the shot clock. Foley from the corner. No good. Rebound is in the hands of Yopi's. Double teamed immediately, but he gets away from it. And he's going down the court. He'll stop at the foul line, take the jumper, and score. He's got skills, no question about it.
That's a pro play right there.
That was a nice play and a great choice. If you're comfortable with that shot, take it.
There's the cut.
Underneath,
a little too
just
hard.
Out of Highland's hands, and once again, Plymouth North is off to the races. ahead. Melendez saves the ball, keeps the possession. Brings it back out as Plymouth North resets. Foley defending him really tightly. He drives, and Foley blocks the shot and gets the rebound. And here comes Foley with the release to Matty Bowen. He will go past Shaughnessy.
And he's fouled.
And he paid for that basket.
Yeah.
Matty Bowen scores and then gets a taste of Cam Shaughnessy, I'll tell you.
And Shaughnessy went running right over there to make sure Matty was all right.
Yep.
That's great sportsmanship.
You know, Shaughnessy got down the court, too. I mean, let's face it, I shouldn't be
I could
commenting on
play
it.
for me anytime.
He certainly is a talent. I mean, you look at him, you don't know if you see that right off the bat, but, boy, he's proven it every time down the court. Matty Bowen now gets that free throw. And it gives him 23, I believe. Am I correct? Yep. 50 to 29. 5:30 left to go in the contest here. The Hornets leading Plymouth North. Shaughnessy with the turnaround. Now he'll go baseline against Chris Hill. Gets it back out to Melendez. Now to Yopes. Yopes will make the swooping drive in. And this time is fouled on the way in, I believe, by Highland.
You see that time Shaughnessy received the ball in the low post against Chris Hill. Matty Bowen quickly doubled down on him. They're not going to let him take over this game in the low post against the sophomore.
And that foul was on Matty Bowen, they have up on the board. So Yopes misses the first. $50 to 29 is the score here at the James Albertini Memorial Gymnasium. Mansfield in the lead, and now it is 50 to 30. 20-point difference. Matt Bowen has the ball in his hands, gives it to Matt Highland. Now to Brendan Foley, swings it back around. Bowen cross court.
See
inside
the middle,
to Chris
there
Hill.
it is.
Back to Colby for the open three, no good. Rebounded by Saquette. Is that
Matt Highland?
That's a Highland. Matt Highland with the rebound and scores. Yopes stops his drive, gives it to Gomes, back to Yopes. 4:41 left. He'll take the top of the key jumper, no good. Rebound by Shaughnessy, who'll put it right off the glass, the right place to put it. And a timeout will be called by Plymouth North.
Shaughnessy with double figures now with 10.
And when I looked, when he got that rebound and he went back up with his left hand and put the ball off that square on the glass, that's the kind of thing so many kids don't put the ball off the square.
In the square.
And they've got to learn that. That is the best place when you're in that position. Get it. It's going to make the nice bounce into the net. So many times kids don't use that, and that is something that anybody who's watching this game, you saw that, do it.
Do these kids even know Boogie Wonderland, Mark?
Now, that was a little.
Chris Hall.
Now, remember, I'm still from the heavy metal period. I'm actually from the psychedelic rock period of time myself. You know, that transition came just a few years later, Tom.
Well, that's Earth, Wind, and Fire's
That's
Boogie
true.
Wonderland.
That's true. Still a good group.
Announcer extraordinaire over on the Mansfield sideline, Chris Hall. He's got all the tunes.
4:33 left to go here in the contest. It is 52-32, Mansfield over Plymouth North.
Of course, all these players never even heard of Earth, Wind, and Fire and Boogie Wonderland. That song is for the parents.
Most of those parents, young enough to be my kids.
I know.
Okay, Highland over in the corner to C for a three. No good. Rebounded by Melendez. Melendez comes out. Found Allen. Now inside to number 11. That's Dylan Zemotel.
Foley with the block.
Yep. And let's see. The ball will be Plymouth North's out here. And that was one time I absolutely did not hear the whistle. That's another thing I can't wait to be gone, these handheld whistles.
You know, we got these headphones on as well, Mark.
True.
I don't know what it sounds like without them, to be honest with you. But some new kids into the game here for new players.
Melendez will get it into Allen, and he does. Z-Motel has the ball out.
Trap. There's the
into,
turnover.
Tried to get into Shaughnessy, and still Shaughnessy's fighting with
Attack.
Highland. Highland gets it away, but slapped out of the hands of Foley, and it was Max Allen with the ball, who's trapped and having a hard time. Now gives it off to Yopes. No good. He gets his own rebound. The long rebound came out for him. Melendez will get it into Shaughnessy. And
Look at
he
Shaughnessy
does,
helping that kid up.
and he does help up Matt Highland.
Yeah, you know, if Shaughnessy gets the ball down there in the low box with Matt Highland on his back, Matty had no choice but to grab him.
So Shaughnessy will go to the line, and it's 1-1. That was the 7th team foul on the Hornets. And the 280-pound post player does not get this free throw. Rebounded by Colby and is a foul immediately.
That's 11 for Jack. I don't usually keep rebounds, but he got so many so quick, I started keeping track.
Max Allen's 3rd foul for Plymouth North. 3:32 left to go, and the Hornets up by 20. Colby. And the ball goes out of bounds. It will be Plymouth North ball. Chris Hill comes back in. Brendan Foley goes out. Foley, 4 points, had some really beautiful drives in the 3rd quarter.
There's the trap.
Yopes gives it off to Melendez. Melendez in the corner to Allen. Now back out to Shaughnessy inside. The quick pass underneath is trapped, and they've got Allen in a bind and a jump ball.
Plymouth
and the possession gives it to Plymouth North. They're capable of moving the ball quickly. I just don't think they see it the way the Hornets do it, though. 6 seconds on the shot clock, and the three-pointer will go up, no good, by Allen. Rebound fought for, and now Shaughnessy has it outside the line, who gives it out for the long three for Yopes, no good. Melendez gets the rebound, drives in, no good, and this time Hill clears it, and the Hornets will come up the court. Bowen has it in his hands. 2:36 left to go. Swinging it around. Cross court over to Colby, back to, oh, God, they're doing it so fast I can't even bother. That's what you see on the screen, folks. They do it so well. But the ball is stolen away, and Yopes has it. But a smart move by Yopes. He waits till Bowen goes flying by him, and he scores on that basket. Hornets in the forecourt. Matty Bowen with the turnaround from Chris Hill. Chris Hill with a nice pass into Bowen in the paint. Bowen's 5th point of the quarter.
Shoot that ball.
And the scoop shot, good by Dylan Z-Motel.
Minute 40 to go.
54-36, Hornets are up. Jack Colby over to Matt Highland. Highland sheds his defender, and Yopes is down.
A knee injury.
Ouch.
Damn.
Yeah, he landed right on the kneecap, and
Who scored that hoop, Mark? I missed it.
I am going to ask about that. Just a second. Peter, who had the That was by Matt Highland, according to my friend and former colleague, Peter Gobus. That's, hopefully, it looked like he just landed on it. I know what that feels like, believe me. In fact, I did that here at this gym a couple of games ago when we were out in the hallway there. Hopefully he'll be okay. That could be just a big bang on the wrong place, you know. But he's had a very good game, though, and he is hobbling off with the help of one of the coaches. 18 points, I believe, for him, Tom.
Yopi's 8, 11, and 7. Yeah, 18.
56-36.
Hell of a player.
1 minute and 24 seconds left to go in this contest. Josh Val is in the game now. The shot by Allen is no good. Rebound fought for. Dana Johnson has it for the Hornets. Dana Johnson in the game, his first play of the night. Gives it off to Slaney, to Casey. Lasbury Casey, I should remember that. And it goes out of bounds off Trevor Foley's hands. So that'll be it for Matty Bowen's effort tonight, I would assume. So what do you get with Tom? 20, 25, right?
And 9 is 15. 25, yep.
And the shot in the lane by Victor Melendez, and that's his first basket of the night. 40 seconds left to go. It's 56-38. The Hornets are about to put this one in the books and go 11-0. Sacchetti on the drive and scores. Anthony Sacchetti gets his second basket for 4 points.
Oh.
26 seconds left.
Wow.
Oh.
They really must have somewhere to go.
Yeah, I was going to say, in the old days we used to say it was post time at Raynham Park, but I don't think that's the case anymore. The fast break to Dana Johnson was just a little bit under the basket when he caught that pass, so the ball goes over with 14.3 seconds left. And here come the Plymouth North Eagles, the Blue Eagles, for the last shot maybe of the game. That one is no good by Melendez.
Shoot it up,
Chris
boys.
Kane has it. It's going to go out of bounds, and they kept the finger off that button as long as they could, but it's 0.5 of a second left to go in this contest, and the Hornets will have a 20-point victory to their credit. It is inbounded, and it's over. The final score, Mansfield 58 and Plymouth North 38. Well, Tom, it was a couple of moments of challenge for the Hornets, but the outcome pretty much what we expected. I'm not sure. I really haven't seen Stoughton this year. I don't really know what they have. I know they lost some people from last year, but Hockomock League competition may be a little bit more challenging for them, even if it is from the other division. So that'll be the case on Thursday night. And, of course, Matty with 25 tonight. That brings him up to 945. So he's getting closer, and he's got 3 games in which to do it.
Yeah.
I'm going to hold my breath, though, during his thing.
Yeah, because Taunton, those 2 games against Taunton, they're gonna try to hold him down. They're going to throw anything they can at him to keep, because they want to win the game.
Absolutely.
You've got to deny Matty Bowen the ball. But I can't say enough about Plymouth North. The Hornets won this game in the first half.
Yep.
Let's face it, they're up 50 to 20, and but a hell of a game, hell of a team.
Yep. So once again, the final score: Mansfield boys 58, Plymouth North 38. For Tom Ferry and for Maureen O'Neill on the camera, I am Mark Farinola, thanking all of you, wherever you may be, for watching and participating tonight. And we will be back on Thursday as the Hornets take on Stoughton. Good night, everybody.